alignment. Things are shifting in our favor.
Yes,
Cannot do
does not exist. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel today. Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am super excited. Thank you so much for all the love that you all have shown me. Like, I'm blown away. Thank you. So if you've not subscribed and you're coming across this channel for the first time, please do subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post content. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So today, from the title of the video, you already know what this video is all about. I did a poll and asked people to ask me personal questions, you know, about myself, the work that I do, and pretty much different things. So I got some questions which were summarized into 2 questions. But before I start answering those 2 questions, I want to start by reintroducing myself. You know, the first video I did was just to tell you guys welcome to my space and all of that, but I'm just going to be in this video be a little bit more detailed about myself. My name is Magdalene Kalo. Of course, I'm married to one man, and firstly, I am very passionate about humanity. I am a social worker. By the grace of God, I am the steward of Courageous Me Foundation, which is a faith-based and community-based NGO that is just all about spreading God's love to communities and helping them alleviate to the barest minimum their sufferings while helping them grow in their Christian faith. So are you thinking of where to invest your time, your energy, and your resources into as regards to missions? Then Courageous Me Foundation is the best place. We have done a lot of outreaches spanning over 5 years, reached out to over 100 families, and in their numbers, of course, we have reached out to widows, we have reached out to street kids, children in communities with our back to school programs, medical outreaches, and so many beautiful random acts of kindness. So if you talk about Meg, you talk about someone who loves helping people, who loves encouraging people, who loves spreading laughter, joy, and peace anywhere she goes. So away from that too, I also have a couple of businesses I run. I'm an event planner. I also make healthy treats and healthy meals, you know. I do a lot of things, to be honest, but primarily I am a humanitarian and then, of course, an event planner by virtue of the business world. So I've interacted with a lot of young people all over the world, and I've worked with people too in and out of Nigeria. I've volunteered virtually, you know, and all of that. But amidst all of these things, 2 questions kept popping in when I asked people to ask, you know, me personal questions. And I just wrote them down in my journal, and I'll just be answering them one after the other. They're just 2, but they're just a lot. So the first one is, I had like 5 people ask me this question at the same time. So it was expedient that people wanted to know this aspect of my life. Firstly, people like Nene, Rachel, a lot of people asked me, I can't remember, just these 2 names, I can't remember this particular question. Said, I want to know how you handle everything so well, from business to the foundation to family to ministry. A part of me forgot to tell you people that I also run a ministry. Well, Courageous Me is a full-time ministry, really. You know, having to carry the burdens of others, that is enough ministry. But I'm also very much attracted to women in the right way. I'm not a lesbian, of course, but I have a burden for women. I always love to see women thrive. I always love to see women on fire for God. I always want to see women who are soaring and doing their best, you know, the best way that they can. So back to my question, how do I balance all of these things? The very first thing I would say that has helped me balance is the place of discovery of purpose. Very important. I came to that point where I started asking questions like, why exactly am I here on earth? What am I doing? And you can never talk about discovery of purpose without talking about God. It's almost impossible. He is the creator and we are his creation. So just like you would never use a product without reading the manual, even though some of us do that, and of course you notice that when you do that, you don't maximize that product to its full capacity. It's only when you are so much in tune with the manual of whatever the product is that you can be able to maximize it. So God is the creator and we are his creation, and the only way to understand why we are created and why we are what or who we are is by going back to him. That is why I do not joke with these two books which have helped me over the years. My Bible, very important, and this book, it's called Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. What on earth am I here for? So I made it a point of duty every year to read this book at least once or twice every year, because this book is a gem. It's something that exposed me to life and purpose the way God will want us to. There is nobody on earth here that doesn't have a purpose. There is nobody here that doesn't have the reason why he or she was created. So it's very important that before you begin to expend all of that youthful energy into different things, which at the long run may not matter, it is very important, very, very important that you discover why you were created. Super important. Another thing that has helped me, apart from discovering purpose, is staying in a constant relationship with God. Very important. I do not for any reason joke with my relationship with God. Maybe through this channel we might just do a couple of different things about intimacy with God, prayer life, building a study life, and all of that. But when it has to do with God's word and my prayer time, it is very paramount. It is my priority. Even before I start doing the things I am created for, my first purpose, first of all, is to bring glory to God and is to have an intimate relationship with him. We were created for God and not him for us. Right? Understanding that you were created for God is everything you need to do, to just attain that balance. Okay, so one of the things also that helps me to balance literally is understanding times and seasons. As a young person, this period of your life, your 20s, your 30s, it is when you need to explore every gift, talent, and ability you start manifesting. For some of us, you might be attracted to the tech world, you might be attracted to fashion, you love fashion a lot, you just find yourself liking or tilting towards a particular thing. That might be an indication of what you are called to do. That might also be an indication of your skill and your abilities. So understanding that this season of your life is not just a time for you to sit back and sit behind your phone and press and talk and say things on the internet. No, it's a time to build capacity. It's a time to build capacity. This is a season to build capacity. So if you're in your 20s, your 30s, and even your early 40s, it's not too late or too early to start gathering skill, knowledge. For those of us who already know what their purpose is and what they were created for, amazing, good for you. Start fanning the flame. Start fanning the flame. Another thing that helps me is time management. I do not joke with my time. I don't have time for gossips. I don't have time for things. In fact, within 30 minutes of my discussing with you and you've not mentioned anything, God, purpose, growing wealthy or making money, I'll just leave you. Because I don't have that time or luxury of time to start debating on what are the fashion trends, what's happening in this person's life. I don't have such time. Time management is very essential. Understanding how to schedule your time, schedule your events, having a to-do list. By the way, to-do list is just a list of the things you need to do in a day. Before you wake up in the morning, before you even sleep, the night before, you've brought out the dress you want to wear. You've written down the things you need to do, the phone calls you need to make, every single thing, have them scheduled so that you have your next day planned and sorted, so that you don't just wake up in the morning and this person is dragging you, this person is dragging you. Plan. Time management, you need to learn about it, Google about it, read up on it. You have to make sure that your time management game is on point. Another thing that's helped me balance and live a balanced life is your relationship, your circle of friends. If you're very close to me, you hear me say things like my core relationship, my core friendships. Very experienced. As you are like this now, looking at me now like this, check in your circle at least 5 people who motivate you, who talk about God a lot, who always tell you the truth, be honest to you, like they are not painting words. They know and they can attest to what God is saying about you. They always have a way of linking you to opportunities that make your life better. They're always pushing you to be the best version of yourself. You need such people. You need such people, literally. So what has helped me most times keep myself in check, whether it's my foundation or my business, are my core relationships. Very important. You need a group of people or persons around you who are prophetically speaking over you, whether as mentors or spiritual covers. You need people who are linking you up to opportunities that are hinged around your purpose, whether they are colleagues, they are friends, and all of that. And you need people who are supporting you, who are literally supporting you, and they mean it in every sense of the word, support. So if you don't have your core relationships or your core friendships or people who are driving destiny with you, you may not be able to balance, because these are the things that have helped me balance. And the last thing I'll talk about, and I'll answer the second question, and which will obviously be the last question, is controlling your gateways of life. Literally, anyone who has known me for like 5-6 years will know that I talk about gateways a lot. There are 3 gateways of life, which I believe so strongly that if you get these gateways strongly, you are on your path to success. The first gateway is your eye. How do I balance all these things, right? I am very careful of what I watch, what I allow enter into my eyes. Because how many of you know that sometimes when you begin to watch certain things, certain videos, somehow your mind is beginning to get conditioned to act like what you're watching, or to dress like what you're watching, or to become like what you're watching. In fact, 80% of some of the decisions that we take as human beings are hinged on what we have seen, what we have watched, the information we have taken in with our eyes. So you see me, I'm always watching people, on YouTube talking about their NGOs. I'm always watching business tips online. Like, I'm always making sure that I'm watching faith-based and things that build my faith. I'm always watching sermons. I'm always watching TV shows that are related to building NGOs, building businesses. That's how I balance, because you cannot afford to be distracted. No, you need to be extremely careful about what you're watching. The second gateway is your ears. What are you allowing into your ears? What are you allowing into your ears? I know we have modernized gossip to now be like gist. This is not the year. This is not even the time when you want to balance, you want to do this and do that. You need to streamline what enters your ear. Not everyone should speak into your ear. I have a friend of mine, Liza, who always says that you need to be sensitive to discern your teachers per season. There are seasons of your life you might need to listen to only your man of God. There are seasons of your life you must listen to a particular kind of music or a particular style of worship. There are seasons of your life where you need to focus and devour and listen to podcasts relating to other growth and personal development, communication skills, just anything that will get you from 0 to 100, right? Be careful of what enters your ear. Who is also speaking to you? What are you putting into your ear? Because by the time it enters your ear, it fills your mind. Before you know it, you start saying it, you start acting it, and all of that. This is how I balance. The third gateway is your mouth. What are you saying about yourself? Everyone is admiring a Meg now. Even people that hate me and people that don't hate me. But wholesomely speaking, the woman I am today is because of the things I have said about myself and I have let people say about myself? Who is prophesying over your life? Who is your mentor? Who is your spiritual cover? Who is speaking over your life? Who is your destiny midwife? Then what are you saying about yourself? Everything I am today, I wasn't 5, 6, 7 years ago. But when I started my journey on growth and personal development, I wrote down a list of 10 affirmations. 10. I was always speaking it to myself over and over. In my list, you will see things like, I am strong and courageous. I have the mind of Christ. Nations come to me. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. I am the choice of my generation. Kings and queens are seeking me to hear me out. I am bold. I am strong. I am not lazy. I am consistent. I am disciplined. I am focused. I kept saying those things over and over and over again. Even days when I missed my prayer time. Even days when I was not disciplined. Even days when I was chastised for doing the wrong thing. I never stopped speaking good about myself. The NGO everyone is celebrating now, and I know that I've not even scratched half of what God is showing me about it. It's because of the words that have gone over my head and the words I keep speaking to myself. Let me shock you. Sometimes I'm making my zobo and I just start spraying in tongue. I'm like, this zobo anybody that tastes you like this will come back for more of that. You know, these are the things that has helped me over time just come to that place of helping me just balance work, this understanding these different things. They really helped me. So moving on to the second question. What makes you keep pushing even when most times I see how you are exhausted, but then you never give up? Right? So this question is coming from Chidima, one of my volunteers. And I think we've worked for like 2 years. So everybody gets exhausted and tired, to be honest. But what separates you from the others is the fact that you just keep pushing because of certain things you understand about yourself and your assignment. I'll give this very good example about myself. Days when I'm exhausted, the first picture that comes to my mind is me standing with a rope around my waist and a long extension and millions of people dragging onto that rope, latching onto that rope. And this has always been a picture God has always kept in my mind. Days when I think that what I'm doing doesn't make sense. Days when I put out pictures for outreaches and the kind of donations I'm expecting, they're not coming in. Understanding that your existence on earth is for a generation, and that there are things that God has deposited inside of you that is for generations. That's what has helped me. That is what has helped me over time. Over time. I know that my being here on earth is not, I'm not a mass-produced Meg. No. I was created one, and one is one. And there are generations that are tied to me living out my purpose. There are communities that may not receive help until I get up. There are people who may not be inspired to do what they need to do until they see me pushing against all odds. I remember how many people opened NGOs when I opened Courageous Me. While other people might say they are copying and pasting me, no, I'm like, I inspired you to do it. I'm inspiring people to live their lives. Call it copy and paste or call it follow. I don't care whatever you call it. But the mere fact that what I did inspired you to do yours means that there is something good you learned from me. So understanding that lives are tied to me, generations are tied to me, and until I see these people live out their lives in their fullest potential, I will not stop. Are there days when I get exhausted? Yes. Are there days when I feel like giving up? Yes. Why do I keep pushing? God said. There's never been any outreach that God said he did not fund. God said. That has been my confidence. God said. So on days when I'm exhausted, I understand it's just a feeling. I rest a little and I get back to work. Let me give this very simple and short analogy before I end this vlog or this video. When a woman gets married and takes in and gets pregnant and gives birth to a baby, most times the baby is not about her. It's about her family members. It's about the people surrounding her, because that same baby has made her mom a grandma. That same baby has made her siblings, uncles and aunties. That same baby has made some people cousins, nieces and nephews. So think of what God has placed upon you and your assignment as a baby you're carrying, and the way you steward it, and depending on how it comes to fruition, determines the people's joy and lives that will be affected. That is how I carry on, literally. No extra ginger, no nothing. Because there are days when you need to be your loudest ginger. The Bible speaking says, and David sat himself down and encouraged himself in the Lord. Because let me tell you, there are days people are not gonna support you. You have to sit yourself down and encourage yourself in the Lord. Like I said, get people around you that make these things very easy for you. Until next time, please do subscribe and make sure that you hit the notification bell to get notified of all the beautiful things. I hope this video blessed you. Please also do share to someone. Like it, drop your comments and let me know how this was a blessing to you. I love you.